Sebastian Maniscalco.
My wife and I went to go see Hamilton on Broadway.
It Ain't Right Tour 2024.
Oh my God, it is amazing. We saw it. Oh, it changed me it changed me. Now, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I ain't gonna like this.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live on stage in Des Moines, Wells Fargo Arena, December 15th, 2024. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit sebastianlive.com.
Alabama, Roll On North America Tour, presented by Kenworth. Saturday, October 19th, Wells Fargo Arena. Special guest, Exile, Alabama, live. All your favorite songs from the greatest country band of all time. On sale now at HighVTix.com. Produced by Outback Presents.
All Access.
An inside look at what it takes to operate Iowa's largest entertainment and convention facilities. This is Iowa Events Center All Access. From Iowa Everywhere.
What does Sebastian Maniscalco have against Hamilton? I take offense to that.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. You know, I haven't looked at that TV spot in a while, and then you hear him, talking bad about Hamilton, one of the best shows I've seen in the theater.
I agree. Welcome to All Access, presented by the Iowa Event Center here on the Iowa Everywhere Network. Matt Van Winkle, Adam Flack, Director of Marketing. We're back for another episode. We're into the fall season now. Football is kicked off. The NFL starts this week, Adam. Man, it's a fun time here in Central Iowa. We've got Iowa and Iowa State played last week, and we're getting into some fun concerts that we're going to talk about here in the fall, too.
Yeah, the fall, this time is such a busy time of year. And, you're starting school, you're getting back into football season, you're getting, the events are ramping back up again. And so it's kind of a stressful couple of weeks for us as we're just getting back into the routine. We've been through the summer, but kids are loving school, and they're routine is back down. We had our first ninth grade football game last week, and it's here. It's season.
That's awesome. Yeah, my daughter started school last Friday, so I got a kindergartner now. So I'm going to experience everything that you've had to experience the last 15 plus years as a parent. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, it goes fast. I enjoy every moment of it. So from a senior, a freshman, and a second grader. I mean, luckily I get to relive all of this again with the second grader, but that senior year, we booked her grad party location already and date, and so it's the next 9 months are going to fly by.
Well, hey, we mentioned the lineup that you guys have coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute. But hey, we want to remind people of our Iowa Everywhere lineup. We are All Access, presented by the Iowa Event Center. We're going to be going up. You'll get our podcast every Tuesday this fall. We've got a great new lineup, obviously, with Murph and Andy joining the fold Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Two guys will stay in its normal place on Mondays and Thursdays, and we've got a couple great new shows that are entering the fold here too. But yeah, All Access is going to come up on every Tuesday, so make sure you check your podcast feeds, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find us. Follow us, like us, subscribe. We really appreciate that.
If you haven't looked at the website lately, I mean, the website looks revamped. You got the columns on there, so it's not just these podcasts and videocasts. Right. It's the columns. I read Randy Peterson's one last week, and that's a great addition.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not worthy to be in those people's presence. Like Randy, the legendary sports writer here in this state. I mean, we're kind of scrubs, aren't we? We just talk about concerts, and he's the professional of the group. So he brings us up a whole another notch, right?
100%. We're just lucky to be involved.
That's right. Hey, so before we get into these fall shows, you have a couple new shows that you guys announced just today.
Just today announced too. It's, we're already talking about the holidays. We just talked about football season starting. Now we want to talk about the holiday season.
Never too early to prepare for the holidays.
Never too early. So this one's super fun. A lot of people haven't seen it. It's been about 10 years since they've been here, but Trans-Siberian Orchestra is coming back November 14th. It's the Lost Christmas Eve tour. Tickets will go on sale in a couple weeks there, September 13th. But we're really excited about that event. Have you ever seen Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
I haven't seen them. I've heard, obviously you hear them all the time on the radio when the holidays come around, but that's a band I'd love to see live.
Oh, it's incredible. You know, the lights, the pyrotechnics that they use. I mean, it is a true show. The musicianship is amazing. So, you know, I would encourage everybody, people hear orchestra, they're not sure what they're going to get. If you've heard them and you see the Christmas light displays that are always set to their music. So take advantage of that and get out here. We're right at the start of the tour as well.
So that's Thursday, November 14th for Trans-Siberian?
November 14th, yep.
And great, tickets are available September 13th. Okay,
yeah,
great.
So we got a little bit of time yet.
Okay, cool. Well, stay tuned for that. You guys have another one coming around the holidays. This one's a little closer to Christmas, though, but tell us who's coming December 18th.
Yeah, a little closer to Christmas. Pentatonix is returning. They were here 2 years ago. The show sold out. It was a fantastic concert, but they're bringing their Hallelujah. It's a Christmas tour show back to Wells Fargo Arena. That's going on sale this Friday, September 6th. So you can get those tickets for Pentatonix very quickly at the end of this week.
That's a very popular band. They have a big following too. I know they kind of caught fame, you know, maybe in the last 10 years, and they do more than just the Christmas music, but they have a special Christmas album, right, that does really well, and so they probably mix in a lot of that too.
Oh, it's incredible. You know, I wasn't sure what to expect. You know, I watched them on NBC when they were going through the acapella show. And then, you know, they do their show 2 years ago, and I'm blown away. You know, the talent that those guys have in their voices, and the show that they put together is something to see.
And we played it in the intro, but Sebastian Maniscalco is also coming. What date is that, and when can people? And those tickets are available now too, right?
Yeah, those tickets are available. It's hard to believe that tickets are available because we've talked about that show all the way since last December.
Last year, yeah.
But Sebastian Maniscalco, December 15th. You know, another great comedian, really popular on the East Coast, playing Madison Square Garden and all the big buildings out east. A little slower to catch on here in the Midwest, but you've got to see some of his stuff. You know, we teased about Hamilton at the beginning, but he's a funny guy. He's moving around the stage, lots of energy. We're looking forward to that because we've had a great run of comedy over the last 18 months, and looking forward to more comedians.
Yeah, and he's one that really blew up on like the theater stage, you know, maybe those mid-size, and now he's doing the full arena tours, which is pretty cool. So tickets for that at highvtix.com. Hey, we wanted to give our listeners just kind of an insight into some of the great shows, musical acts, sporting events coming through Wells Fargo Arena, starting here in December or September. We're already into September. We're going to kind of give you guys a run through of everything that's kind of coming through October into November. But coming up on September 13th, a Friday show, Young the Giant, and Cage the Elephant, the headliner here, the Neon Pill Tour, that's coming Friday, September 13th.
Yeah, great show. We just had Five Finger Death Punch a couple weeks ago. That show was pretty good. And then you get Cage the Elephant coming in. We're looking forward to a great night as well. Young the Giant, I've heard a lot of people talk about them. People are excited to see them. So tickets are still available for that. But again, I would get them now, and we're looking forward to a good show September 13th.
We talked to Bill Armstrong last week about the Des Moines Community Classic coming through Wells Fargo Arena September 22nd. That's a Sunday. Obviously, the St. Louis Blues and the professional debut of the Utah Hockey Club. He wouldn't give us an insight into the name, but right now they're going with the Utah Hockey Club. That'll be a fun one. Tickets are available for that, and we also we've been kind of talking about this. We announced it on the last show, but we have a special ticket offer for our listeners right now. Discounted tickets. If you go to highvtix.com, there's a promo tab on the top. Just enter that code everywhere, and you guys have set up a nice discount for our listeners.
Yeah, that's a great thing that we can do for the listeners here on Iowa Everywhere is when we can, we provide, those discounted tickets for upcoming shows. You'll see the same thing coming up soon for Disney on Ice and for King and Country and some of those other events that are coming up this fall and winter. But yeah, happy to provide that value to the listeners. We appreciate everybody listening to us here on the Iowa Everywhere Network. So Des Moines Community Classic is going to be a fun one. We've been holding meetings weekly since this summer, really just trying to put this together. It's different than when we did the game in 2018 from the standpoint of Minnesota Wild were involved. They were an established franchise. They knew everything that they needed to do, to get the game going. This process has been interesting, because they're sprinting, as Bill talked about last week. Mm-hmm. They are going as fast as they possibly can to set up the franchise, everything from offices to hiring staff to, getting the playing surface ready. You know, they've got a ton of things going on there. We're not top of mind for them all the time, right? So when we hear that the dasher boards have to be a certain size or, you know, sight line, and the in-ice logos have to be certain locations, it's a little bit different than the AHL that we're used to with the Iowa Wild. So, you know, every week we're learning something new about how to put this game on and make sure it's a great atmosphere for the fans. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you didn't know, Community Choice will be giving away their Range Rover all summer long. They've been taking sign-ups for this Range Rover giveaway that they've been doing. They're going to announce the winner on ice during one of the intermissions of the game. So another reason to come down to the game, and you can still register for that on their website, or you can register on site when you get there.
That's fantastic. I have to get in on that. I'm looking for a new car, so that might be where I go.
There's no better way than a free one, right? And pay some taxes on it. But
absolutely, and great tickets still available for this as well. And like I said, if this is your first experience with hockey, this will be a great time. Get those tickets pretty close. It's watching a hockey game on TV versus in person is a much different experience. So if you haven't been to an Iowa Wild game, this one's probably going to be, it'll be a similar feel, but these guys are the next step up. So you're going to be seeing some really premier talent, really fast pace. It's really fun to watch. Get down there to Wells Fargo Arena, September 22nd for that. All right, back to some music we've got for King and Country, the Unsung Hero Tour 2024, October 5th. That's a Saturday. You guys have a lot of these Friday, Saturday shows. That'll be a fun one too.
Hey, you can't beat that. You know, you get the weekend show for King and Country. He always puts on a good performance. I know they've been in the market in the past, both the state fair and here. But looking forward to this tour. You know, ticket sales are going pretty well for this one. And yeah, again, on a weekend night, you can't beat those shows.
And then the following day, you got the Luke Bryan, the rescheduled show for October 6th. You guys just announced some new opening acts for that as well, too.
Yeah, with the postponement of the show, you know, the acts, so they're adding on to the end of the tour. And so those acts that were scheduled to appear with him weren't available for that date. So Hunter Girl and Josh Ross will be appearing with Luke Bryan now on Sunday, October 6th. New artist, haven't heard a lot about him. You know, I listened to Hunter Girl yesterday, just trying to familiarize myself with it. And she's pretty talented. She's got some good stuff out there. I'll listen to Josh Ross as well. But you know, the great thing about country is, you know, you're gonna hear the next up and comer with some of these tours. They do a great job of, you know, cycling through artists and really bringing up that next level of artists. I mean, the number of times that we've seen somebody appear here as an opener and then they're coming back a few years later as the headliner is incredible on the countryside.
Yeah, obviously a lot of country music fans here in Central Iowa. That'll be a really popular show. Back to some sports. The NBA coming back to Wells Fargo Arena, back to Central Iowa. The Minnesota Timberwolves and the Philadelphia 76ers Friday, October 11th. And those single game tickets are on sale now, right?
They are on sale, yeah. So you can get those tickets for the Timberwolves and 76ers. It's affordable. You know, going up to an NBA game, you want to get a good seat, it's going to cost you, and it's going to be a great experience. But, you know, this is your opportunity to get down here on a Friday night in the fall with your kids. It's a little more family friendly, more affordable. You can get down here and see, you know, some great talent. Obviously, the Timberwolves had a great run this year. The 76ers have a lot of talent. And you see Nick Nurse come back. I mean, we're fortunate to watch him coach the Iowa Energy for so long and do such a great job there. And then to follow his career in the NBA as the head coach, and when he, you know, took the Raptors the NBA title and now settling in Philadelphia, I think that's pretty incredible. Great rookies from the 76ers. You got Jared McCain from Duke playing. So you're going to see a lot of talent there. And it's incredible to think that Nick Nurse was almost an assistant coach at Iowa State, or had that 2-week run as an assistant at Iowa State, and now he's an NBA head coach.
He said quite the journey. I was looking at the tickets for that. There's still some really affordable seats and pretty good. You guys have that looks like the lower bowl open right now. So, man, great opportunity to see some NBA players up close. I got to be there for when the Warriors came, you know, 10 plus years ago, right before they won their first title. And man, it's just a fun experience to watch.
That's right. You might be seeing the next NBA champion here, because, you know, the Warriors just had to come through Des Moines and really get their bearings, and then went on to win the title. So, you know, come down and then hit the DraftKings app and figure out which of these teams you're gonna pick to win the title.
And Luka Garza is back with the Wolves too. I believe he signed a new contract, right? So we may be seeing him.
Yeah, we should be seeing him. Yeah. So, and Naz Reid, you see here right in the middle of the screen, he played with the Iowa Wolves for a year or two, and he was a fan favorite there. Now he's a fan favorite up in Minnesota. He'll be back. But yeah, Luca Garza, he still remains in contact with the local area. It seems like he's done some camps here this summer, and always great to see him. It's great to see that he's made a career in the NBA.
Well, from basketball to hockey, the Iowa Wild get their season started October 12th, the day after the NBA game. So you guys are going to be going from the hardwood to the ice, then pretty quick turnaround there, yeah?
Yes, we're going to be going, hardwood and ice, back and forth a lot this winter.
Yep.
Another quick turnaround to get set for the Iowa Wild season opener. They always do a great job of promoting that opening weekend. So you want to get down here to see the Wild. You'll get to see hockey there in September, and then come back when the Iowa Wild kick off. I think it's like their 13th season or something already.
Wow.
So they've been doing a great job of establishing a fan base, and their games are a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And back to some country music. Alabama, one of the great country music acts, coming through October 19th, another Saturday show with special guest Exile.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about this earlier, or last week actually it was. They call themselves like the greatest country band ever. Listening to them, you hear their songs all over the place. So maybe that's true. And here in college football season, a lot of schools play Dixieland Delight, during their college football Saturdays, and make up their own chants to go with that song. So yeah, come down here and see Alabama. It should be a great show. A huge catalog of hits. So
one of the other big acts that's coming through Wells Fargo Arena. There aren't very many tickets available left for this, but if you can snag them, go for it. It's Pink. She's making her return to Wells Fargo Arena. This is always an exciting show. That's a Thursday, I believe, right? So Thursday, October 24th, special guest The Script and Kid Cut Up. Pink, I don't know if you were at the last time she was here. I'm sure it was a great show, but yeah, I was looking at ivtix.com. There's a few tickets left if you can still snag them, right?
Yeah, there are, especially some VIP or higher ticket packages. She was here, I think it was 2011, 2013.
About 10 years ago, yeah.
And it's still, to this day, the show that people talk about.
Wow.
She puts on a performance. She's been playing a lot of stadiums and coming back in for an arena tour this fall. Just an incredible performer, incredible voice. She has hits all over the place. Her daughter's starting to sing with her at some of these appearances she's making, and also has a great voice. I don't know if she's appearing with Pink at the show here in October, but yeah, we're looking forward to this one. This is going to be a great night. You'll be looking for some fan experience type stuff on the concourse that we're going to put together as well.
So that'll be October. We mentioned some of the new shows that you guys announced. If you didn't catch it on the top of the show, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, November 14th. Pentatonix on December 18th, and then kind of in between that, November 28th through December 1st, Disney on Ice makes its return back to Wells Fargo Arena, December 28th through the 1st.
Nine shows. Nine performances. So we open up on Thanksgiving night. That's always a great night to come. You get your family together during the day. You're having a big Thanksgiving dinner. You're watching football or taking a nap in the afternoon. And then you can kind of come down and just, see the performers on the ice that night. Typically, tickets are a little easier to come by on that Thursday night as well. Mm-hmm. As you get into the Friday and the Saturday, they fill up. So you want to look at what seats are available before you come down to Disney on Ice this fall.
Yeah, I took the kids to that last year and just had an absolute blast. So Mickey's Search Party. That'll be interesting to see what Mickey brings along to Wells Fargo Arena. Looks like maybe we'll get a little hint with Moana in the back.
Yeah, you're going to see Moana. I'm guessing Frozen will be involved with the show as well. But that's one of the great things that Feld Entertainment does with their Disney on Ice product is that they add in a lot of different shows. So you get to see there's something for everybody typically at this show. We've had like a princess show that was really geared towards girls and all the different princesses. But most of these shows now will have something that maybe a young girl that likes princesses can come see, but then her brother can come down and see Cars or something else as part of it as well. So yeah, it's incredible what they've done over the years, just in terms of producing a show on the ice with the lights and the video aspects. Yeah.
And bring a little extra cash to spend on the gift shop too, because the kids they put them there strategically, and the kids will find something, guarantee you, that they'll want to take home. But you know what, my daughter She bought one of those little bubble wands, and she still plays with it. So it was the best $50 investment I think I ever made.
I mean, you've never had a snow cone until you've had a snow cone at Disney on Ice, with that cup.
It's got the Disney magic, so.
Exactly.
Well, there's a little something for everybody. You got rock and roll, you got country music, you got hockey, you got basketball. Disney on Ice, there's a little something for everyone coming up this fall at Wells Fargo Arena, yeah?
Yeah, there is. We'll have more family entertainment coming up as well. The rodeo will be back again this year. We're just, waiting a little bit longer to get that one on sale, but that's a family tradition in January now. And then I'm sure the Globetrotters will be back as well. So, yeah, you've got something for everybody coming up, whether it be music that you like and different genres coming in, or family entertainment, or get down here for sports. We've got NHL, NBA, and then our tenant teams with the Wolves and the Wild ready to go.
IowaEventCenter.com, too. You can see the full upcoming list of events and schedules. I did see, too, there's a couple conventions coming up. One in September, the Capital City Card Convention, and then Animate and Nightmare Weekend Des Moines presented by GalaxyCon at the end of September. So a couple conventions also making their way through. Must be Hy-Vee Hall as well.
Hy-Vee Hall, yep. Yeah, so they're going to host a lot of those. Those card conventions are great. Yeah. They host them 2 or 3 times a year. They'll continue to announce different celebrities coming in to sign autographs at those. Cool. But the biggest thing is a lot of people come down and get their cards graded. So they typically have somebody down here grading cards to make sure that they're in the right condition to sell. And it's quite a interesting thing to watch in terms of the selling and trading and buying cards down here.
Awesome. Well, that was fun. It was fun to go through the shows you guys have coming up. I mean, it probably adds a little bit of stress to the back of your mind, like everything you guys have coming up. But it's a good time to be busy. There's a lot of fun things that are going to be coming through Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines here in the next couple months.
It's a fun time of year. I mean, this time, from September through really June at this point, it is really, there's something going on most days of the week down here, whether it be in the convention center or the arena. So we're happy to be a part of it, and appreciate everybody in Central Iowa and throughout Iowa really supporting what we're doing here at the Iowa Event Center.
Awesome. Well, for Adam Flack, I'm Matt Van Winkle. We're signing off from the Channel Seed Studios. Another episode of All Access presented by the Iowa Event Center.